Whoa, what's good, man? My name is FlemLo Raps, and today we got a Dynasty update. In this video, we're going to take a look at recruiting. We're going to take a look at the Heisman race and something very interesting materializing over there. And we're also going to discuss how we're going to choose who's going to be our starting quarterback and who's going to be our backup going forward. Alright, man, first things first, when I did the subscriber update, I forgot one guy. He's been asking me about it. Joey Smith. Here's your guy, man. He is looking to go to Alabama. Maybe Ohio State could still sneak in there and get you, but that's what you're looking like, alright? I threw you on the list just so we can keep track of you. Taking a look at the people we've actually signed already. We got a 76 overall cornerback. Got Latron Marks, another tackle, a D tackle, a tackle. So we basically got 2 tackles thus far. We got 2 linemen, and we need like 1 more. You know what I'm saying? So kind of taking a look at who we're currently trying to get. Let's go to the top. All right, so we're leading right here on Richard Lee. He's a JUCO guy. We're also leading on Dan Johnson, Tim Battle. And you can kind of see these guys are not really in the same class as the 2 guys we've already signed, who's like an 80 and one's like a 79. Like they're immediate starters. These are guys who will come in redshirt and basically serve as, depth. And we're gonna have to make sure every year we're signing at least like 2 or 3 linemen. We got to keep that thing going after we bring these guys in. Richard Lee can come in and he'll be able to grab a spot immediately. I'm thinking. Anyway, Trey Wells, man, this guy is a beast. This is a subscriber, by the way. He's 6'7", 185 pounds. We're trying to get him, but he's looking to go to either Clemson or, mid-Tennessee State. I don't know what's up with that. But as you can see, man, dude is a beast. If he comes here, it's going to be crazy. Got Michael Brooks. We got Tyler Caldwell. Just a couple of different guys, man, who are... It's no real studs, not a whole lot of studs, because we tried to make linemen such a big priority this year, but we'll still be adding some key guys and some depth to some other positions as well. So this is shaping out to not be the best recruiting year, and it's really because I can't follow my exact strategy that I normally follow, because I got to reach and go after these linemen, which is 100% my fault, because had I been consistent with that throughout, I wouldn't be in this predicament. So we just got to sacrifice this 1 year to make sure we get the position that we have to have. Taking a look at the Heisman race, man. Guess who? Junior Wilson, dog. Junior Wilson, Deion Sanders' kid. Nah, I don't know. Just a couple of Sanders, a white guy and a black guy. Jeff Graves, Lonnie Harvey, man. Let's take a look at my boy. All right, so Junior Wilson, he's thrown for over 2,000 yards already. It's week 10, 20 touchdowns, only 9 interceptions. He averages 300 yards a game, completes 68% of his passes. Let's see what he's doing on the ground, man. He's also ran for 300 yards, 44 yards a game, and 7 rushing touchdowns. So he's over there beasting, man. And Junior's always been a beast. That never was the question. I think he kind of had to go through what he had to go through with us in order to become the best he can be. And that's what's up. I ain't mad at him. All right, taking a look at the top 25 polls, man. This is weird. Indiana is number 1. Okay, after we beat Notre Dame, it really shook this up, because Indiana's number 1. They're only an 84 overall, 4-star school. Texas, as usual, is hanging around, and damn, that team is cop. Junior Wilson over there got them boys in the 2nd spot. They're 6-1, only lost to us. The Oregon Ducks, then you got us, then you got Notre Dame still hanging around. Oklahoma, Florida, Alabama, and Arizona are all in striking distance. Remember, Alabama wasn't ranked at the beginning of the season. Now they're, where they should be. And they should probably be even higher. We just got to give them some more time to get there. And then you can kind of get into this next tier of the 2 lost guys. Damn, Army's 7-1. They just aren't playing. As tough a competition as everybody else. Is why they're number 11. Baylor, So you got a couple teams in there. Taking a look at championship contenders. I don't think I've ever actually shown this in this dynasty, but Texas is number 1 with the addition of Junior Wilson. We're number 2, Notre Dame, and so on and so forth. But look at our projected rank. That's when you know you've been recruiting your ass off. We're projected to be ranked number 1 next year, number 1 the next year, and number 4 the following year. You know what I mean? Our contender grade, of course, is an A+. That's beast mode recruiting, baby. All right, we're gonna scroll through the stats real quick. Then I'm gonna tell y'all how we're gonna pick the starter. Okay. So Hancock is actually number 6 in the nation right now in passing yards, and that's pretty damn good. But I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that we can't run the ball. So he's had to throw. He's been forced to throw it, but he has not been very efficient. And I just have a problem with that. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? My goal for everybody was 1,000 yards. Shit, we'd be lucky if everybody hit 500, man. Receiving leaders, though, we got Anthony Escato, the only tight end I'm sure in this list. I know all the rest of those guys are receivers. 795 yards. That's what's up. Tackle leaders, man, Jeremy Robinson is so far ahead of the competition with 57 tackles. I mean, that's 18 more tackles than the next guy, and the next guy's ours too. Campbell, beast. Not doing so great in sacks as usual. Calhoun, we're at 113. Darius Davis leads in interceptions, and if he had just caught like a fourth of the ones he's dropped, he'd be number 1. Matter of fact, just 1. He's dropped so many picks. If he would caught 2 more picks, he'd be number 1. All right, man. The next game is versus Georgia, and here's how we're gonna decide the starter. Now, I tried to go into practice mode for whatever reason. I cannot get into practice mode anymore. Every time I try to go in practice mode, it freezes. I've never had that problem in this dynasty. I've had it in the past dynasties, but every time I try to go, it freezes. I tried different stadiums, because you got like the Florida outside one, the Nike one. You know what I mean? I tried that. I tried it like 4 different times. Every single time, it froze. So I was going to go to practice and figure out a way to have a quarterback competition. Can't go. Cool. So what we're going to have to do is we have to figure it out in the game. And I know there's a whole bunch of suggestions, and I'm pretty sure a couple people suggested this. But what we're going to end up doing, we're going to alternate. And I'm not going to go first half, second half, just because, the game could be so different by the second half. Like, and I kind of play, it dictates everything. The defense starts to get tired, the offense starts to get tired, then you get to play against the tired. What I'm going to do, I'm going to switch every possession. Hancock is going to start because he's been started, okay? So Hancock's going to play the first possession, Junior Human the second possession, so on and so forth throughout the entire game. Unless one guy is playing extremely poorly, in which case I'm going to just make the decision right there and I'll stick with the guy that's playing well. Now, to put this in perspective, neither of these guys has been extremely impressive. All right, so here we go, man. It's hard for me to say that I think Hancock long-term will be the starter over Junior Human. I know he's played okay for us, and he hasn't played great. He had 1 great game. And let me put it in perspective real quick. The first game that he played, right, it was a change of quarterback. The offense was completely different. I think we really caught him off guard. He threw 5 touchdowns and 1 interception in the first game. So he started out with a 5-to-1 ratio. Since then, he's thrown 9 touchdowns and 11 picks. You feel me? So he had 1 great game, and since then he's thrown. See, he was 5-1, 5 touchdown passes, 1 pick. Now he got 14 touchdown passes and 12 picks. See how that pick number caught up? Meaning he's thrown more picks than he's thrown touchdowns after that 1 game. You know what I mean? His completion percentage isn't bad. His yards per game isn't bad. He's not set the world on fire, but he's played pretty good. He's played well enough for us to win. But he's extremely limited. All right, I'm going to show you why he's extremely limited. Here's why, okay? I'm sorry. He has a 79 throw power. This makes people like listening way less effective. You know what I mean? Like I got, who's my other receiver? It hurts Price. You know what I mean? It hurts listening because he's fast. We can't throw that deep ball nearly as well as Junior Human can with a 94 throw power. Okay, it hurts Price because he's a possession guy. He needs the ball to get there fast so he can maybe turn around and make a move. But when the ball is floating in the air for an hour, you know what I mean, it makes everybody's job more difficult. The only person who didn't suffer is Anthony Escato because he plays tight end, and the routes he runs, he's the closest person to the quarterback. Like, meaning he don't have to throw it to the outside or to the outside. You're throwing straight in the middle, generally speaking, and Escato's an absolute beast. He's gonna eat regardless. But that 79-84, that causes a lot of those picks. You know what I mean? A lot of passes that he just can't make, that a quarterback with more throwing power would be able to make. This is why he's been relegated to the backup role. Okay. Also, he has a 90 speed versus Humans 89. To me, that's a wash. The same damn thing. All right. He's slightly more agile and he's got a little bit more acceleration. So overall, if I had to rate him an 8, Human's still a 7. You know what I mean? Maybe a 7.5. But when it comes to passing, Human 94 throw power versus 79. You know what I mean? And then accuracy 90 versus 84. You know what I mean? So Human is head over heels better as a passer. You know what I mean? Attribute wise. So you're like, well, damn, Flem would just start Human. Like, what's the problem? Here's the problem, okay? We already talked about Hancock's stats, right? Well, Human stats last season weren't that much better. You know what I mean? Now, he was a true freshman right out of high school, though. You know what I mean? But, you know, he had 1388. He didn't play the whole season. He took over like maybe midway through, something like that, toward the end. But 8 touchdowns. He threw 6 interceptions himself. You know what I mean? So it kind of balances out. Now, this year he got hurt, I think, week 1, man. He didn't have very many yards. He had thrown 2 touchdowns at this point, had 1 pick, and he went out. You know what I'm saying? His QB rating had significantly increased. That was 183. My man is 154. So his 154, which matches Human's freshman season. So it's like there's conflicting things, right? And like I say, I know Human's a better quarterback. That's not a question. He's definitely a better quarterback. But again, Hancock has been able to get the job done. So either way, that's why I'm having the dilemma. Because there's certain things I like about Hancock, certain things I like about Junior Human. You know what I mean? Ultimately, though, I do lean toward Junior Human because he's younger and he has better attributes. I mean, he's 10 points better. Like, that's pretty significant. Like, it's not even close. But he's going to have to earn his spot back. So Hancock will start next game. They'll alternate each possession, and we'll compare it at the end. And then, you know, it might not be like purely based on stats, like who got the most yards, who got the most touchdowns. You know what I mean? It'll be that combined with how they both looked out there with the team. You know what I mean? Like, and different things like that, like how guys reacted when they were playing, how the offense flowed, and then me and all of y'all will make a decision on who's going to be the starter, but it's going to be one or the other after next game. Next game, we're going to alternate each time. I'm not doing the 2 quarterback system. I don't believe in that. We got to have one leader. Like, I'm a firm believer, and you need a leader on your team. You can't. I don't like shuffling quarterbacks. I'm old school when it comes to that. I'm like not old school when it comes to hardly anything, but I do believe that if you got 2 quarterbacks, you got no quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, next game versus Georgia, we're going to be doing that. We're going to choose a winner. So we'll look at everything, like I said, in the end of that video, and then we'll vote. And we'll decide, you know what I'm saying, going forward, who's going to be the starter, man. So that should be fun. If you enjoyed the video, click the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. My name is FlemLo Raps. I'm going to holler at y'all next time. Bye.